Today's video is a little bit different than normal. We're not on the farm. I actually took a few days off and went to the west coast of Sweden, did some sea fishing, caught 5 different species of fish, and so I just wanted to show you about how I harvested some of the wild yields. So we're near the Danish coast. We've come about 2 hours outside of Gothenburg, and we just finally found the spot with cod. I just got my first one, and we'll see. We're running over that same spot again. We're about halfway through our day, and I've taken a couple of nice cod and a nice coalfish. In the background, that is the DFDS ship that I used to take to go to England to pick up stuff for the farm. You might remember if you've been watching our channel a long time. That's on its way out from Gothenburg, probably to Immingham in the north of England. Finally on our way home. I don't know if you'll be able to make out any of the audio. It's very hard to film on a very rocking boat out at sea. But successful day. Caught 2 cods and a couple of coalfish, and that last ling last minute, which was, I've never caught a ling before, and yeah, a bit of a surprise. So I'm coming back to do some mackerel fishing and hopefully fill up a Kanga box for mackerel, so that we can bring that back and smoke all this fish in the smoker. Not so good to smoke fish in a smoker that's used for chicken and other meat, but I think it deserves it in a way, so I want to try and have that experience. But really great day out at sea. It's been really peaceful and just nice to be out on the water and just be around the gulls and some nice people and catching fish, and yeah, happy days. Well, it was a long day, up at 6 and out at sea all day on a very bumpy, wavy day, but great to be fishing deep sea. It's a really pleasurable way to catch some food for the table, for the smokery. And I thought I'd just go at it hard today. I'm going for sea trout in this beautiful shallow waters you see here. Just with a little spoon on here. I've got some flies as well. I might tie a jig with flies in front of the spoon so it's imitating a fish catching a fly, just to spark their interest. But the sea trout come, oh, I'm getting stuck in the bushes here. The sea trout come into the shallows that you might just make out down here in the evenings and sometimes in the mornings as well. So I'm going to spend a couple of hours as it's getting dark to just spin off the headlands around here. I'm on an island, a couple of islands up from where we're based and where we were fishing today. But we're just going to have a scout about. It's holiday time, so I've got to make the most of it, and happy to fish all night and sleep during the day. I'm not sure if my body will let me do that, but I'll give it a go. But check back in, see if there's any sea trout. Now, sea trout, Salmo truto, are actually exactly the same as brown trout. They're genetically identical, and brown trout are always born in freshwater, but some of them make it out to the saltwater, and some will spend a lot of their adult lives out there. Most of the fish you find in saltwater are actually females, and they will come back in when they decide to spawn. And that's interesting. Most people don't know that. It's actually just a brown trout that spent time at sea, and the young ones are still brown coloured, but they will start to become silvery as they spend more time at sea, which helps them camouflage better. Now, because they are vulnerable to seals and bigger predatory fish, they actually stay inshore, and they really like to be in the shallow water where there's a lot of seaweed and bits of sand, exposed sand. They're feeding on shrimp and sand eels and young fish. Like trout, brown trout in freshwater are mainly feeding on insects when they're young, but they become very predatory, and they're going around in schools taking out whatever they can find, really, but particularly shrimp and small fish. So you can spin or fly fish for them, but you can also spin with bits of mackerel or herring. That works quite well. So now look it, it's getting dusky now, and the skipper of the boat told me to go out to this lighthouse that you might see blinking out there, and so I'm on my way out there. It's a bit of a trip out on foot, walking over these lovely rocks, but it's super peaceful, just having time to think. Well, night is upon us. That is a beautiful sea trout. So, I don't know so much about smoking fish, but I have a lot of mackerel. So 6% brine, and I've put the mackerel in. These are just simply gutted on the boat on the way back in. I've had them in 6% brine for about 45 minutes. Bigger fish take longer, and a fish like this, the cod, I want to leave that for probably about 3 hours, I think. It's just a few kilos, it's a small one. And we've got coalfish and the beautiful ling that I caught out from the bottom. That's a big fish, and looking forward to that. It's often used for the fermented lutefisk, alkaline treatment with lye. It's one of the only alkaline food preservation methods, very traditional here. And then we have another cod. So I've taken these out of the brine. I'm going to put them in the chiller overnight. I've decided these are going to take, once the smoker gets 60-70 degrees Celsius, I think the mackerel will be done in about an hour. And then for the bigger fish it may take a few hours, so I'll just rack them in the smoker in a way that I can get these out first. I think I will set an alarm and come and take these fish out in about an hour's time, get them in the chiller overnight so I can get some sleep and wake up early, start the smoker early in the morning. Okay, smoker is up at nearly 50 degrees, 46 degrees. I'm looking to get this up to, you can see the smoke coming out the top here. I'm looking to get it up to about 70. Then I'll leave the mackerel for 1 hour. I think the bigger fish will take 3 or 4 hours, and we'll check back in, see how they look once they're done.
So good.
Taste of the sea. What do you think, Gustavo?
I'm in ecstasy. I could eat fish every day.
I think you're going to have to for a week. Wow. Ragnar, look at all this beautiful smoked mackerel. We're going to vacuum pack some of these. Ready for the freezer. And we'll have some for breakfast in the next days.
This. I can have to do like this. And then like this. You open the mouth, Daddy.
It doesn't really open. It's got little teeny teeth. You can feel them. A little bit sharp.
Who barely bit?
You
Little.
see the stripes on the top still. They're pretty cool pattern, aren't they? Let's put that one in.
So much meat it is in here.
So much meat.
See,
Wow.
many.
Do you want to eat some? Try. You can just peel a bit off.
See here.
Yeah,
What's that?
that's good to eat. That's some meat. You like it?
Quite good.
Quite good. You can eat that one if you like.
I like.
Well done, Ragnar. Gracie's first food was also mackerel, cooked on the beach, but you've done a pretty good job on that one.
Sorry.
You found a bit of bone? That's all right. You can just pop it out. So I've just taken the 2 cod out of the smoker. And what I'm going to do is peel off the meat, and I'm going to make a fisherman's pie. Fisherman's pie is super easy to do, and it consists of mashed potato, really creamy mashed potato on the top, and then a roux, butter and white flour, thickened white sauce, lots of milk, and then we put fish and mustard into that mix. It's going to be delish. Now, when I was doing the fish, I only smoked it very quickly. I was being very hesitant. I salted it very lightly and smoked it quickly, so I'm seasoning it with a bunch more salt and a good load of mustard. And then I thought I'll stick in some fresh onions from the garden, spring onions that have gone a little over. So I've seasoned the fish with some mustard and a little bit more salt and pepper, and a little bit of paprika, and then some spring onion from the garden. What I'm going to do now is make a roux, add a handful of cheese, saving a load of cheese for the very top on the beautiful fresh mashed potato. So I've got fresh potato on the boil for the mash on the top of the pie, and then I'm making a roux, so just butter, and lots of butter is good, and then flour till it gets super stiff, keeping away any lumps. And I put all the seasoning into the fish, so I'm just going to make this up with milk. Fast and furious, just bring that up to the boil. Add a bit of cheese into that, and then I'll mix the fish into it, and that'll be ready to assemble a pie. Really easy dish, and having freshly caught, line caught, smoked cod makes it extra special, as well as all the fresh ingredients from the farm. So this roux is now ready, which means I can mix in the cheese and all the fish filling. How much cheese? Well, that much. I never follow recipes, I just make stuff up. This is all the beautiful cod flakes. I've taken out all the bones that I can, and mixed in onions, mustard, salt and pepper. Whip that through the sauce. And that's the base of the pie done. Just got to put a mashed potato on top, sprinkle that with cheese. Good to go. Everybody knows the secret to good mashed potato is butter. Lots of butter. You're going to have to put your full force behind that right now to mash those potatoes.
Hard.
Yeah, you're going to have to press real hard.
As well.
Shall I help to start it off? Try that. See if you can get a bit more mashing in there. You have to push hard. Good job. Ragnar just woke up and is an excellent cook. So he's making sure the mashed potato meets requirements.
Yeah, I did it!
You did it! Nice job! Alright. See how easy that is? I've just sealed it up nicely with the potato up to the edges. I'll top that with cheese. That is fisherman's pie. And all that remains to be done now is to bake this at 900 degrees Fahrenheit for about 4 days, and then we're good to go. What's the verdict? Do we like line caught cod?
Love it.
It didn't look like it. Like,
What do you think,
yes, we
Gustavo?
do. Yes,
the
we do.
fish.
it's like tastes like home, just less salty because we eat this, but with a salted cod.
In Portugal, you eat
A lot of
Norwegian cod, don't you?
yeah,
I remember this, and it's dried and salted.
yeah, and salted.
Yeah.
And then you have to soak it for like, I don't know, 3 days.
Yeah.
And we cook it in a very similar way.
Fisherman's pie. Look, cucumbers, tomatoes, radish from the gardens. What do you think, big man?
Tastes great.
Ragnar, do you like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it, folks. Just a little update from some days off. Really welcome time for rest and being in nature and connecting back into my own thoughts and processes before things get busy again here. New chicks here. We've got 500 broilers in the brooder, and it's now that season of abundance, the season of the harvest, where we harvest the wild berries and mushrooms from the forest as well as the berries from the field, and keep on picking vegetables in the gardens too. So it really is the season of the harvest, and fitting to catch such beautiful fish to be able to serve up at the table here. Alright folks, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks everyone, we've hit 50,000 subscribers, which is an amazing landmark, I guess. It's been interesting to watch this channel grow over time. I haven't been trying to push the channel or make stupid clickbait titles, and I'm just trying to share information for those who are eager to follow along and find out more about how and why we do what we do. So thanks for supporting us in that way. Don't forget you can like and share the videos with your friends, and you can find out a whole bunch more in our online training, which is below, the most broadest overreaching look at regenerative ag at an affordable month-to-month subscription basis that you can cancel anytime you like. So I look forward to seeing you in a video soon.